जले धृतवान् शिवेदं विहितवहित्रचरितम् अकेदम् प्रलयपयोधिजले प्रलयपयोधिजले धृतवान् शिवेदं विहितवहित्रचरितम् अकेदम् केशवधृता मीन शरीरा जय जगदीश हरे केशवधृता मीन शरीरा जय जगदीश हरे क्षितिरिह विपुलतरे तिष्ठति तव पृष्ठे धरनिधरन किन चक्रगरिष्ठे You all can hear attentively, you all be able to sing. थोड़ा जोर से गाना. क्षितिरिह विपुलतरे तिष्ठति तव पृष्ठे धरनिधरन किन चक्रगरिष्ठे धरनिधरन किन चक्रगरिष्ठे केशवधृता कूर्म शरीर जय जगदीश हरे केशवधृता कूर्म शरीर जय जगदीश हरे वसति दशन शिखरे धरानी तव लग्ना शशिनिकलंक कलेव निमग्ना वसति दशन शिखरे धरानी तव लग्ना शशिनिकलंक कलेव निमग्ना केशवधृता शुकार रूपा जय जगदीश हरे केशवधृता शुकार रूपा जय जगदीश हरे तव कर कमल वरेण कमलभूत श्रृंगार दलित हिरण्यकशिपु तनुभृङ्गाम् केशवधृता नरहरि रूपा जय जगदीश हरे केशवधृता नरहरि रूपा जय जय जगदीश हरे। चलयसि विक्रमणे बले अद्भुत वामन पदनक नीरज नित जन पावना। केशवधृता वामन रूपा जय जगदीश हरे। केशवधृता वामन रूपा जय जगदीश हरे। क्षत्रिय रुधिरमये जगदपगत पापं स्नपयसि पयसि शमित भवतापम्। केशवधृता भृगुपति रूपा जय जगदीश हरे। केशवधृता भृगुपति रूपा जय जगदीश हरे। वितरसि दिक्षुरने दिक्पति कमनीयं दशमुखमौलिबलिं रमणीयम्। केशवधृता राम शरीर जय जगदीश हरे। केशवधृता राम शरीर जय जगदीश हरे। महसि वपुषि विशदे वसनं जलनाभं हलहति वीतमिलित यमुनाभम्। जलनाभं हलहति वीतमिलित यमुनाभम्। केशवधृता हलधर रूपा जय जगदीश हरे। केशवधृता हलधर रूपा जय जगदीश हरे। निन्दसे यज्ञ विधेरः श्रुति जातं सदय हृदय दर्शित पशुगातम्। बुद्ध शरीरा जय जगदीश हरे। केशवधृता बुद्ध शरीरा जय जगदीश हरे। म्लेच्छ निवह निधने कलयसि करवालम् धूमकेतुमिव किमपि करालम्। धूमकेतुमिव किमपि करालम्। केशवधृता कल्की शरीरा जय जगदीश हरे। केशवधृता कल्की शरीरा जय जगदीश हरे। जय देव कवेरितमुदितमुदारम् शृणु सुखदं शुभदं भवसारम्। केशवधृता दशविधरूपा जय जगदीश हरे। केशवधृता दशविधरूपा जय जगदीश हरे। जय जगदीश हरे। जय जगदीश हरे। जय जगदीश हरे। दशावतार स्तोत्र की जय। जयदेव गोस्वामी की जय। ओम ज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्य मनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुताः पदकमलं श्रीगुरुर्वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजाता सहगना रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगना ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितंश्च। नमो ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामीति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। वंचाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. So today being a very special day, we thought we will discuss on the glories of today's day, and then next week we will continue the 11th chapter of Gita. So today is Buddha Purnima, the appearance day of Lord Buddha. Today is also Radha Raman appearance day. I'll tell you all the story. There's a very beautiful deity in Vrindavan called Radha Raman. So this is the birthday of, or the appearance day of Radha Raman. Today is also two of our great acharyas in our parampara, Madhavendra Puri and Srinivas Acharya. Their birthday appearance day also. So in short, we will discuss about these particular pastimes. So here this verse, this beautiful song written by Jaydev Goswami, he glorifies Dashavatar, Keshavadrita Buddha Sharira, ya Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Hare. So Keshavadrita means Lord Krishna takes these various forms. So if you study this Dashavata Stotra, there are 10 avatars of the Lord mentioned. Krishna is not mentioned here. So generally the understanding is Krishna is also one of the avatars. But here our actual understanding that the Acharyas Jaydev Goswami explains, Krishna is avatari. From Krishna the various avatars come. So he gives a list of the various avatars. Every avatar of the Lord has a unique form, and every avatar of the Lord has a unique activity. Why he comes. In our Bhagavatam classes, we were discussing the prayers of Kunti Maharani. So Kunti Maharani in her prayers, she explains how the Lord is so very merciful. The Lord not only takes a form of a human being, but the Lord takes forms even in animal species. He comes as Varaha, he comes as Matsya, he comes as Kurma, he comes in all these various forms. So why does the Lord appear in his various avatars? Because through his various avatars, the Lord wants to teach all of us a certain lesson. So today is Buddha Purnima, the appearance day of Lord Buddha. So we will try to understand a little about Lord Buddha, why he comes and what is his message for all of us. So we all know Gautam Buddha, he was previously called Siddharth. You all know the story of Siddharth? He was a son of a great king. So when he was born, the parents did the Kundali, the chart, birth chart of this child, and an astrologer told that this child will either become a great king or he'll become a great saint. So the father got very scared because the father didn't want the child to become a saint. This is one thing parents are very fearful of. You know, people don't like ISKCON because people feel that ISKCON is making a lot of people into brahmacharis, right? So the father of Siddharth wanted to protect the child. So he decided that this child should not be exposed to the realities of this world. Because if he sees problems, then what happens? As soon as you see problems, what happens in your heart? Renunciation comes, right? When you see birth and all these problems, now you feel like, "Arey, chhod do." So purposely the father of Siddharth had kept him in such a protective environment that no mood of renunciation will come. Siddharth never saw any problem in the palace. He never went out of the palace. So one particular day, without the father knowing, Siddharth goes with the minister on the chariot. And as he is going out, he sees one reality of life after another. The first thing he sees is someone very, very sick, someone having a lot of disease. So Siddharth never saw anyone with disease. Only the best people would be in front. Just like now you have movies, you know. So in movies you have like the best people seen on screen. That is real life, REE. But real life and real life are not same. Okay? You have perfect people in the movies, but in real life there is no perfect person. Real life is all filled with problems. So Siddharth saw disease and he was asking his minister, "What is this?" He said, "This is disease. This is going to come to everyone. No one can escape." So as he goes ahead, he sees one old man so bent, his back was so bent, he was holding a stick and walking. So Siddharth was thinking, why is this person so bent? So the minister said, "This is old age. It will happen to everyone. Everyone will have to go through this phase." And as Siddharth is going ahead, he sees one person lying on bed of bamboos tied up, and 4 people are carrying him, and they are chanting Ram Naam Satya Hai, Ram Naam Satya Hai. So this was like a big shock for Siddhartha. What has happened to this person? Why is he sleeping? Why is he not getting up? So the minister told him he will never get up now. He's got permanently to sleep. He will get up in another body. So this was like a big shock for Siddhartha. You see, what is the difference between Buddha and all of us? We also see these things. Don't we see these things? We are seeing disease every now and then. We are seeing old age. We are seeing death. But something strikes us. Nothing strikes us. Nothing strikes us. We have become so dull that nothing hits us. Just like now in a slaughterhouse, when they slaughter, sheep, goats. So the butcher is slaughtering one goat, and all the other goats are eating grass. The other goats don't realize that they will also get slaughtered. Again, they are seeing their friend in front of them getting slaughtered, still they are not able to see. In Bhagavatam, yesterday was Narsimha Chaturdashi. Prahlad Maharaj in his prayers, he explains, Pashyannapi na pashyati. People are seeing yet not seeing. So what Siddhartha saw, we are also seeing every day. We are seeing disease, we are seeing people getting old, we are seeing death, we are seeing all these things. But nothing is happening to us. Right? We don't get that mood that I have to become serious in spiritual life. So Siddhartha at that time, he just walks out of his house and goes to Gaya. Now also that place is there, Bodhi Gaya. Under a Bodhi tree, Siddhartha sits and meditates, and he becomes the enlightened one called Buddha. So Gautam Buddha, Lord Buddha is teaching all of us this very important principle that we have to get serious at some point. We have to get serious. This human form of life, like we discussed in our Journey of Self-Discovery course, is meant for us so that we can ultimately find solutions to these 4 problems: birth, old age, disease, death. We have to find solutions to it. And the only solution to it is the process of Krishna consciousness. So this is one thing that Lord Buddha is teaching through his life. Another principle that Jayadeva Goswami mentions here, Nindasi Yagya Vider Aha Shruti Jatam Sadaya Hridaya Darshita Pashugatam Keshava Drita Buddha Sharira Jaya Jagadisha Hari. So Lord Buddha, when Lord Buddha appeared in this world, approximately 2500 years ago, many people in the land of India were following Vedic religion, but all of them were doing animal sacrifice. In Vedic religion, in the Vedas, different things are recommended. So there is some part of it which recommends animal sacrifice. Ashwamedha Yagya, Gomedha Yagya. But there is a certain process to do it. If you do an animal sacrifice perfectly, how will you come to know if it's perfect? That animal, right in front of everyone's eyes, will get a human form of life, or he will be promoted to the spiritual world. Right in front of everyone's eyes. That means the sacrifice is successful. But people, because it is mentioned in the Vedas, they started to kill animals left, right, center. In the name of Vedas, they started to kill animals. So the Lord, Krishna, Keshava Dhrita, that Supreme Lord, for him, everyone is his children. Again, human beings also children, animals also children, everyone is the children of God. So when Lord Krishna saw that his children are being killed like this, his heart was filled with pain. Sadaya Hridaya Darshita Pashugatam. So his heart is filled with so much pain that my children are being slaughtered like this. So the Lord appears as Buddha. The only reason he appeared was to stop animal sacrifice. So therefore the message of Buddha was Ahimsa hi Paramo Dharma. Ahimsa is the highest religion. This is what Lord Buddha taught. So people of those times, they would tell Lord Buddha that, but it's written in the Vedas to kill animals. So Lord Buddha temporarily, he rejected the Vedas. He told people, don't follow the Vedas. So for all of us, Srila Prabhupada explains, the principle of ahimsa is there. The principle of non-violence. When generally we are non-violent, but when the time is needed, you have to be violent. Like now we are seeing India on a violent mode. Right? So when the time is needed, you have to be violent. But generally the principle is non-violence, especially towards animals. Okay? We speak about human rights and everything. What about animal rights? right? So you have people who speak about loving dog, taking care of dogs and everything, and they are the same people who are eating animals. How does it make sense? If you're speaking about compassion, why speak about compassion for a particular animal, for a particular species? Compassion is to be extended for everyone. So Buddha is teaching us this principle of compassion. And Srila Prabhupada would teach all of us that if we want Lord's compassion for us, if we want God to be compassionate on us, it is also important that we be compassionate on others. We develop a very soft heart. We feel for the suffering of others. Para dukkha dukhi. So the appearance of Lord Buddha is meant so that he wanted to stop suffering of human beings, of animals. So the Lord came as Buddha, and when people told that it's written in the Vedas, animal sacrifice, Lord Buddha said, forget the Vedas, hell with the Vedas. So the entire land of India and beyond, by the influence of the preaching of God, Lord Buddha, everyone became Buddhists. Vedic religion was thrown away. And then later on, Shankaracharya brings back the Vedic religion, and then Madhvacharya, Ramanujacharya, they all bring back Vaishnavism again. So Buddha, we respect Buddha and we worship Buddha as Krishna, but we don't follow the teachings of Buddha. Buddhism, this one aspect of ahimsa is okay, but the other aspects of Buddhism is actually atheistic philosophy. If you have studied Buddhism or if you know anything about Buddhism, Buddhism doesn't believe in God. It doesn't believe in Atma. It doesn't believe in liberation. Buddhism means Shunyavad. Everything is zero for them. We are zero, God is zero, everything is zero. Right? So Prabhupada explains that we have respect for Buddha. We worship Buddha as God, but we don't follow the teachings of Buddha. So Buddhism is not a Sanatan Dharma. What does Sanatan Dharma mean? Eternal religion. Buddhism is a temporary religion that Lord Buddha had to come for a certain reason. Why he had to come? Just to stop animal sacrifice. That's all. Just like now, sometimes you have in the main road work going on. So that time there is a diversion. Diversion for some time. Till the main road work is on. Once the main road work is on, this diversion is cut off. So Buddhism is like that diversion. Because the work was going on the highway, Lord wanted to bring back Vaishnavism. For some time, Buddha came, did that. He taught whatever he had to teach and he went away. And then finally, the other acharyas come and bring the whole thing in line. So we have great respect for Lord Buddha and we also seek blessings of Buddha, especially for all of us. Two things. One lesson we learned is to become serious in life. And the second principle is the principle of compassion. Compassionate to animals, compassionate to fellow human beings, compassionate to devotees, compassionate to each other. Sometimes we are so harsh on each other, we are so harsh on our the words that we choose. We hurt others, we hurt devotees. To be very, very sensitive and non-violent even in our words is something that is very, very important. So we can seek the blessings of Lord Buddha so that we can develop these qualities of being serious in spiritual life and most importantly being a little compassionate also. So as I told you, today is also a very joyous day in Vrindavan. Today is the appearance day of one of the deities of Krishna in Vrindavan called Radha Raman. Have you all seen picture of Radha Raman? Very, very small deity. आप में से कितने लोग वृंदावन एक्चुअली गए हैं और राधा रमन का दर्शन किया है? 3 बार. So Radha Raman deity is one of the most beautiful deity in Vrindavan. So I'll tell you all in short how this deity appeared. So when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is Krishna himself, when Mahaprabhu appeared as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the land of Navadip, so Mahaprabhu stayed 24 years in Navadip as a grihastha, and at the age of 24 he took sannyas. Just like Buddha took sannyas, Mahaprabhu also took sannyas. So he took sannyas and left his house and went. So Mahaprabhu, he came and settled in Jagannath Puri. So after being in Jagannath Puri for some time, Mahaprabhu goes for the South Indian tour. He's preaching because the sannyasi's duty is to go around and preach. So while he's preaching like this, he comes to a place called Sri Rangam. So Sri Rangam is a place in South India where the deity of Ranganathji is worshipped. Very important place for the Sri Vaishnavas. So Mahaprabhu comes to Sri Rangam and it is the rainy season, 4 months of the rainy season called Chaturmas. Generally, sannyasis in the 4 months of the rainy seasons, they don't travel. So Mahaprabhu, he stayed in the house of one Brahmana called Venkat Bhatta. He was one of the pujaris of Ranganathji. The son of Venkat Bhatta was a young boy called Gopal Bhatta, maybe 10 years old that time. So Gopal Bhatta, he was so attracted to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he would constantly serve Mahaprabhu, be with Mahaprabhu, and in this way he received a lot of mercy of Mahaprabhu. So one day, Mahaprabhu told Gopal Bhatta that you be here in Sri Rangam, serve your parents, and after your parents leave this world, you go to Vrindavan and you join Roop Sanatan and you write books and worship deities like that. So Gopal Bhatta Goswami followed the instructions of Mahaprabhu. So this is a very beautiful point. Mahaprabhu met Gopal Bhatta when he was 10 years old, approximately, as a small child. And then Mahaprabhu stayed 4 months in their house, and Mahaprabhu goes down to the other places of South India, goes to Jagannath Puri. In life, again, Gopal Bhatta Goswami and Mahaprabhu never meet. So Mahaprabhu gave him one instruction. Only one time, one instruction he gave him: just stay in your Sri Rangam, learn all the scriptures, serve your parents, and when the time is right, you go to Vrindavan. So Gopal Bhatta Goswami followed the orders of Mahaprabhu. He learned all the scriptures from his uncle Prabodhanand Saraswati. He served his parents well. He would lecture on philosophy. And then when his parents were passing away from this world, they told Gopal Bhatta, you go to Vrindavan. So Gopal Bhatta Goswami, from Sri Rangam, he goes to Vrindavan. Even though Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was in Jagannath Puri, he doesn't even go to Jagannath Puri. He just follows the order of Mahaprabhu and goes to Vrindavan. So Gopal Bhatta Goswami is showing us a very important principle, that whatever instructions comes to us from Krishna or the Guru, we have to just follow it. Srila Prabhupada, he became so successful in his preaching. Prabhupada gave all credit to his Guru. His Guru Maharaj told him, preach in English, Prabhupada preached. His Guru Maharaj told him, go to the West and preach, Prabhupada did that. His spiritual master told him, print books, Prabhupada did that. So whatever instruction is given, just follow it. So Gopal Bhatta Goswami goes to Vrindavan and he meets Roop Sanatan there, and he starts to serve in Vrindavan. He starts to write a lot of books there. He starts to do, he's assisting the other Goswamis in their service. So one time what happened, Gopal Bhatta Goswami, even though he's serving, following the instructions of Mahaprabhu, he was feeling a lot of separation from Mahaprabhu. So one day Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came in his dream and told him, go to Nepal. In Nepal, I will give you darshan. So Gopal Bhatta Goswami, from Vrindavan, he goes to Nepal. In Nepal, there is a river called Gandaki Nadi, where you get Shaligram Shilas. So Gopal Bhatta Goswami goes and takes bath in Gandaki. And when he's about to come out, 12 Shaligram Shilas jump into his lap. The Shilas automatically jump. So Gopal Bhatta Goswami is trying to keep the Shilas back. They keep coming back to him. So Gopal Bhatta Goswami is thinking that Mahaprabhu came to me in my dream and told me, you go to Nepal, you will get my darshan. So Gopal Bhatta Goswami thought that probably Mahaprabhu wants to come to me through the Shaligram Shilas. So he bought the 12 Shaligram Shilas to Vrindavan. And he was serving all this 12 Shaligram Shilas. But what had happened was, by this time, all the other Goswamis, we can see the picture of the 6 Goswamis here. So these were the 6 main disciples of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sanatan Goswami, Rupa Goswami, Raghunath Das, Raghunath Bhatt, Jeev Goswami and Gopal Bhatt. By this time, all these Goswamis, they had their own Radha Krishna deities that they were worshipping. Like Sanatan Goswami had his deity Radha Madan Mohan, Rupa Goswami had Radha Govind, all these deities. But Gopal Bhatta Goswami didn't have deities, he had Shaligram Shilas. Shaligram Shilas are also Vishnu only. But Shaligram Shila, you can't do too much Shringar. How much Shringar you can do? There's a very limited Shringar you can do. So one time, there was a very rich person who came and gave dresses, mukut dresses, to all the Goswami's deities. And he came and gave some dresses to Gopal Bhatta Goswami also. So Gopal Bhatta Goswami is thinking, how do I dress Shaligram Shila? You can't dress it so much. So he was praying to Krishna, my dear Lord, if I had a deity form of yours, I could also do nice service to you. See, this is the mood of a devotee. He's already doing service. He's already doing a lot of service. But Gopal Bhattu Goswami wanted to do more service and better service. So, this is a very sincere devotee. Gopal Bhattu Goswami is showing all of us. A sincere devotee, matlab, he wants to increase the quantity of his service also, the quality of his service also. There is no end to how much you can do. Right? Like Damodar Leela explains, when Yashoda was feeding milk to Krishna, right? Krishna goes to Yashoda and Yashoda is feeding milk. So the Acharyas explain there is a competition between Krishna and Yashoda. What is the competition? Yashoda wants to give more and more milk to Krishna. Milk matlab she wants to do more and more service. She wants to give more and more devotion to Krishna. And Krishna wants to receive more and more devotion. And this competition never ends. That means the Lord can receive more and more devotion, and the devotees also are eager to do more and more service. The devotees are never satisfied with the amount of service that they are doing. So Gopal Bhattu Goswami had a very sincere and a very intense desire that I wish if I had a deity form of Krishna. So on the day of Narsimha Chaturdashi, yesterday was Narsimha Chaturdashi. So exactly on the day of Narsimha Chaturdashi, so we all know that Narsimha Dev, he appeared from where? A pillar, right? So in Vrindavan now also there is one deity of Narsimha. Gopal Bhattu Goswami goes and prays to Narsimha. My dear Lord, millions of years ago you appeared from a pillar for Prahlad. Please, my desire is, if one of your Shaligram Shilas can become a deity, I can also worship you. This was his prayer. On yesterday's day, Narsimha Chaturdashi day, he offered this prayer. So the next day, that means today day in the morning, Gopal Bhattu Goswami goes to take bath in Yamuna. So every day he would take bath in Yamuna, get water to worship Shaligram. So generally how you do Shaligram Puja, Shaligram Shila worship? With water and then Tulsi. That's how you worship it. And the best water is Ganga water or Yamuna water. So he took his bath and he was bringing Yamuna water to worship his Shaligram Shilas. One of the Shaligram Shilas, which was called Damodar Shila, had become a deity, Radha Raman. Now also if you see this deity, it's a very small deity. At the back of the deity, you can still make out that it's actually come from a Shaligram Shila. So this deity is called Swayambhu. No one carved the deity. Krishna appeared in the form of this deity from the Shaligram Shila. So this shows two things. One is the deities of Krishna are actually not different than Krishna. And the second very important point is when a pure devotee has some sincere desire, when a pure devotee has any intense desire, Krishna definitely fulfills it. Kaunteya pratijanihi name bhakta pranashyati. Lord Krishna tells Arjuna, my dear Arjuna, you declare boldly that my devotee's words will never go in vain. Whatever my devotee speaks or whatever my devotee wants, it will happen. Yesterday is Narsimha Chaturdashi. Why did the Lord appear as Narsimha Dev? How many of you were there for yesterday's Katha? You were there, na? So why did the Lord appear as Narsimha Dev? Anyone knows? Yeah, prayer of Prahlad, desire of Prahlad and desire of Brahma. We know that we heard in yesterday's talk, na? Hiranyakashipu did a lot of austerities to Brahma and Hiranyakashipu had like a huge list. He told that I should not die in the day, I should not die in the night, I should not be killed by a man, human, I should not be killed by any weapons, I should not be killed inside, outside. All these conditions he kept. So the Lord Brahma said, okay. Now the Lord, he could have come in any other form to kill Hiranyakashipu. But because Lord Brahma, who is a pure devotee of the Lord, told that, okay, the Lord, you will be killed in such a form, the Lord appeared as Narsimha just to fulfill the words of Brahma. The Lord could have killed Hiranyakashipu. Does the Lord have to follow Hiranyakashipu's thing that I should not be killed inside, outside? The Lord could have done anything. Still, so that he is respectful to the words of Brahma, Narsimhadev killed Hiranyakashipu in evening time. Not day, not night. He killed Hiranyakashipu on the doorstep, which is not inside nor outside. And Hiranyakashipu's condition was, I should not be killed in the sky nor on the ground. So he killed him on the lap. So the point is, because it was Brahma's desire, the Lord appeared as Narasimhadev. And when Hiranyakashipu asked Prahlad, is your Lord there in this pillar? Prahlad said, yes, the Lord is there in this pillar. Just to see that the words of Prahlad doesn't go false, the Lord appeared from that pillar. So the point is, whatever a pure devotee desires, the Lord definitely fulfills it. So Radha Raman appeared, Narasimhadev appeared, why? Because of Prahlad. See, whenever we celebrate appearance of the Lord, connection with appearance of the Lord is the sacrifice and prayer of great devotees. No avatar comes just like that. Every avatar is connected to a devotee. Without a devotee, there is no avatar. Narasimhadev came for Prahlad. Radha Raman came for Gopal Bhatta Goswami. Krishna came for Devaki and Vasudev. Their prayers. Ram came because Dasharath and Kaushalya, they did these prayers. Brahma offered prayers. So whenever the Lord appears in any avatar, in any form, he comes because it is the sincere desire of a pure devotee. So Gopal Bhatta Goswami is such a great soul. To answer his prayers, the Lord came in this very beautiful form as Radha Raman. So Radha Raman means one who is the enjoyer, or one who is the king basically of all rasas. So this deity of Radha Raman is worshipped in the area of Vrindavan called Seva Kunj. This area of Vrindavan, now also Ras Leela goes on. Radha Krishna are doing their eternal pastimes there. So therefore this deity was called Radha Raman. And this deity of Krishna was so beautiful, and now also it's so beautiful, right? Someone sent me a message, exactly 484 years ago. Radha Raman appeared exactly 484 years ago to Gopal Bhatta Goswami. So this deity is so beautiful. It is explained that there are three main deities in Vrindavan: Govindaji, Gopinath, Madan Mohan. Three main deities. This deity of Radha Raman had the beauty of all the three deities. The most beautiful deity. And the speciality of this deity is, this is the only deity in Vrindavan of the Goswamis which didn't leave Vrindavan. All the other deities of the Goswamis are not in Vrindavan. The original deities are in Rajasthan. Only the Pratibhu deities are here. Because when Aurangzeb attacked Vrindavan from Agra, because Agra was close to Vrindavan, Aurangzeb attacked Vrindavan many times. So the deities had to be shifted. Madan Mohan, Govind, Gopinath, Radha Damodar, all these original deities now in Rajasthan. Right? All the deities are there. Only Radha Raman remained. Because Radha Raman was so small, immediately you could hide it. They hid Radha Raman inside a well or something, and Radha Raman remained there. So Radha Raman's deity is very, very beautiful. Gopal Bhatta Goswami set a standard of worship, now also one of the most opulent worship. And they do Shringar in such a way, Radha Raman, it's not that the amount of wealth that is there in this temple is unlimited. Gopal Bhatta Goswami started with nothing. Now, just because deity worship is going on nicely, so many people came and donated so many things. In those days, kings would come and give gold and what not. There's a lot of wealth in this temple. But the way they dress this deity, what is needed they will put. So the main idea of deity worship is, it's not that they will decorate it too much. They decorate the deity. They will decorate the deity of Krishna in such a way that Krishna's beauty becomes more visible for the devotees. Beautiful Shringar they do. Srila Prabhupada, when he was starting Krishna conscious movement, Prabhupada told Yamuna Mataji and the devotees who were learning deity worship, Prabhupada told the devotees, go and learn deity worship from Radha Raman Goswamis. Their deity worship standard is the best. They do such beautiful deity worship. So one of the most attractive deities in Vrindavan. So on today's day, there is in Radha Raman temple, it's like a big festival, very big festival to celebrate the birthday of Radha Raman. So this pastime also shows that Krishna's Leela is on continuously. It's not that Narasimhadev appeared millions of years ago. If you are sincere, if you offer sincere prayers and if you have sincere desires, Krishna appears every now and then in our life. Krishna will fulfill our desires also, provided we are sincere and we increase the standard of devotion. So this in short is the story of Radha Raman. Today is also the appearance day, birthday of one of our acharyas called Madhavendra Puri. I've explained the story of Madhavendra Puri a couple of times, but because today is his appearance day, in short, I will tell you the story of Madhavendra Puri. So Madhavendra Puri in our Sampradaya is one of our great acharyas. So we know in our line, our Vaishnav Sampradaya line, from Krishna, the knowledge comes to Brahma, Brahma to Narad, Narad to Vyas, Vyas to Madhvacharya. And in the line of Madhvacharya, there is Vyas Tirtha, Lakshmipati Tirtha, many others, and then Madhavendra Puri. So Madhvacharya, if any of you know Madhvacharya, Madhvacharya worshipped Krishna more in on reverence, Aishwarya Bhav. In Madhva Sampradaya, there is no worship of Radha Krishna so prominently. It's more Lakshmi Narayana, Krishna Rukmani. Madhavendra Puri, he is the one in our Sampradaya who introduced the worship of Radharani. He institutionalized the worship of Radharani. And he brought worship of Krishna in the mood of the Vrajavasis, especially the Gopis. This mood of Madhurya Bhav, Madhurya Ras, in which the Gopis serve Krishna, this mood was introduced by Madhavendra Puri. So Madhavendra Puri was a very great soul. He had many, many disciples. Advaita Acharya, who is one of the members of Panchatattva. Advaita Acharya is the incarnation of Shivji and Vishnu together. Advaita Acharya was a disciple of Madhavendra Puri. Many, many disciples of Madhavendra Puri. And one of his disciples was Ishwara Puri. And Ishwara Puri's disciple became Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Madhavendra Puri in one sense is like the Param Guru of Mahaprabhu. Right? Just like we have Srila Prabhupada's disciples now who are acting as gurus, and Srila Prabhupada who is like a Param Guru. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Param Guru is Madhavendra Puri. And Mahaprabhu, even though he never met Madhavendra Puri, Mahaprabhu had great love for Madhavendra Puri. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, he is telling the story of Madhavendra Puri to all the devotees. So in short, I will tell you the story and some lessons that we can meditate on, some of the qualities of Madhavendra Puri that we can try to follow in our life. So Madhavendra Puri, he was a renowned sannyasi. It is explained that Madhavendra Puri, his standard of renunciation was so much, he would not even beg for food. If anyone came and gave him, he would eat, otherwise he would fast. He wouldn't even beg. That means he felt that even asking something for me is not right. That was the standard of renunciation that Madhavendra Puri had. So that means literally for many days he would go without food. And he never complained anything to Krishna, very happily performing bhakti. So one day as he was doing his parikramas all over India, he goes to Vrindavan, he does parikrama of Govardhan. And in Govardhan there is a place called Govinda Kund. Very beautiful place in Govardhan. So Madhavendra Puri is sitting in this Govinda Kund and he's chanting his rounds. He's just chanting Hare Krishna. See, Madhavendra Puri is such a great soul, but he was doing all his parikramas alone. No assistant, no one. Alone he would do his parikramas with full faith in Krishna. So ideally, Madhavendra Puri is a sannyasi, but ideally, gradually we all have to increase our faith in Krishna. We have to have more and more faith in Krishna that if I do bhakti to Krishna, Krishna will take care of whatever is needed. So Madhavendra Puri, he was sitting in this Govinda Kund chanting Hare Krishna, not even bothered about food. Krishna personally comes to Madhavendra Puri in the form of a cowherd boy. You see, when we do bhakti to Krishna, Krishna is keeping note of whatever we do. So Krishna knew that my devotee Madhavendra Puri is hungry. So Krishna came as a cowherd boy with a pot of milk and he gave it to Madhavendra Puri and he told him, please drink this milk. So Madhavendra Puri couldn't recognize Krishna. He was very beautiful, but he couldn't recognize him. He drank that pot of milk. He washed that pot and he was waiting for this boy to come. Krishna didn't come only. So Madhavendra Puri, whole night he was just sitting and chanting there. Towards the end of the night, he dozes off a little. He goes to sleep. And he gets a dream. And in that dream, he sees that same boy. That same boy who came to give him milk, that same boy comes in the dream. And he takes the hand of Madhavendra Puri and takes him to one bush. And tells him, I am there inside this bush. Please remove me and install me on top of Govardhan, make a temple for me. And the boy disappears. So Madhavendra Puri realizes, he wakes up from that dream, wakes up from his sleep, he realizes that child who came to give that milk was Krishna only. So Madhavendra Puri is thinking, I saw Krishna, but I couldn't recognize Krishna. He started to cry so much. I saw Krishna, but I couldn't recognize him. And then finally he controlled himself and he decided to follow the instructions of Krishna. And what is the instruction of Krishna? Remove me from that bush and establish me on top of Govardhan, make a temple for me. So Madhavendra Puri called all the Vrajavasis there, the local people, and told all of them, let us go. So there was a very thick bush with a lot of spades and other things. They removed that bush. Very carefully they dug the mud there and they got a beautiful deity of Gopalji, which is now worshipped in Nathdwara as Srinathji. So this beautiful deity of Gopalji comes there. So this deity is in the form of Giridhari, Krishna lifting Govardhan. Right? So this deity was so beautiful. They carried this deity on top of Govardhan hill. Very heavy deity. They carried this deity on top of Govardhan hill. Madhavendra Puri established this deity there. Krishna gave him an order, make a temple for me, start worship. But Madhavendra Puri didn't have anything. Just like Gopal Bhattu Goswami didn't have anything. They started with nothing literally. Now if you go to Nathdwara again is one, just like Radha Raman, Nathdwara is one of the richest temples. Richest temple. The kind of worship that goes on there, amazing. They will know, Kapil Prabhu and Shah family. In Nathdwara, the dress they offer to Srinathji, the dress is made of silver. The fiber is made of silver. That is the standard. But it all started with one devotee, Madhavendra Puri, following the instructions of Krishna. So this is a very important principle. Like we discussed the story of Gopal Bhattu Goswami. When an instruction comes, when Krishna's message comes to you, just follow it. Madhavendra Puri didn't ask Krishna, Krishna, how I can start the temple, how I will worship you, who will give me this, who will give me that. Don't ask questions, just do. Srila Prabhupada, his guru told him, go and preach in America. Prabhupada didn't ask him so many questions. Just do it, Krishna will help you. So when an instruction comes, we have to just follow it with faith that Krishna will help. So Madhavendra Puri, with all these Vrajavasis, he took the deity on top. They put a stone down, they put a stone at the back to give support to the deity. And Madhavendra Puri did installation ceremony, Pran Pratishtha. They got water from Govind Kund, hundreds of pots of water. They did Abhishek with oil. Chaitanya Charitamrita has a big description. To do Pran Pratishtha of a deity, there's a lot of things required. So Madhavendra Puri was so sincere, he arranged everything. Right? With oil, with Panchagavya, Panchamrit, they did Abhishek. They offered new dress to the deities. And he made like a temporary shed with grass. Because there was nothing else there. It was all of a sudden. So they made like a grass temple. He made like a small bed, tying bamboos together. And he started to offer bhoga to Krishna. So Madhavendra Puri had a sincere desire that Krishna is Govardhan Dhari and Srinathji Govardhan Dhari likes to eat annakut. So he offered an annakut for Girirajji, Gopalji. So like this, Madhavendra Puri, the deity worship that he started, it continued every day. And Chaitanya Charitamrita explains, every day Madhavendra Puri would offer annakut, a huge feast for Gopal, but he wouldn't eat anything. End of the day, he would drink little milk. So this is the devotion and surrender and renunciation that Madhavendra Puri had. So every day an annakut was being offered. How it was being offered, no one knows. Krishna would arrange. So this is the point, when you sincerely serve Krishna, when you serve these beautiful deities of Krishna with faith that this is Krishna, this is not a stone, this is Krishna. When you serve in that mood, Krishna will arrange his own things. Everything will get arranged on its own. So people started to come and give rice, grains. Every village, they started to come and tell Madhavendra Puri, today we will do annakut, we will do annakut. So next whole month the annakut got booked. So like this the service started. So gradually the deity worship became so good, so famous. People from Mathura who are like very rich businessmen, they came and offered gold to the deity. Someone made a temple also for the deity. So like this the whole worship of Gopalji happened, which was started by Madhavendra Puri. So for 2 years, Madhavendra Puri stayed there and worshipped Gopalji for 2 years. And after 2 years, Gopalji came again in his dream. and told him, I'm feeling very, very hot now. You offered a lot of water to me, but still the heat is too much here. Please bring sandalwood for me. When you apply sandalwood on my body, then I'll be fine. And Gopalji told him, only you should do it. Go to Jagannath Puri and bring sandalwood. So in those days, going matlab you have to literally walk. So Madhavendra Puri, what he did was, he established in 2 years, he made a huge temple. He increased deity worship standard, he did everything. There were Brahmanas who came there. He initiated them into Vaishnav line, gave the whole temple to his disciples, and Madhavendra Puri left. So this is a very advanced devotee. He does something, he creates a facility, but he is not attached to the facility, he moves on. So Madhavendra Puri made the temple, gave the temple to his disciples, and he followed the orders of Gopal, and he came walking to Jagannath Puri. As he is coming walking, while he is coming from Vrindavan to Jagannath Puri, he goes through Bengal. And in Odisha, in the borders of Bengal, Odisha, there's a place called Remuna, Balasore, Remuna. So there was a deity of Gopinath. Right? So Madhavendra Puri goes to this temple of Gopinath, and it was almost afternoon time. So in this temple of Gopinath Ji, which is still there in Remuna, they offer 12 pots of kheer called Amrit Keli to Gopinath. This kheer is so good. You only can get this kheer only there. You can't, even if you learn the preparation, the taste will never come. So this kheer was so beautiful. Madhavendra Puri was thinking, as this bhoga is being offered to Krishna, he was thinking, if I can get to eat this kheer, then I will make same kheer for Gopal. That was his mood. So that means Madhavendra Puri was so much in this mood of serving Gopal, he wanted to give the best facilities to Gopal. So because the kheer was being offered to Gopinath, Madhavendra Puri was thinking, while the kheer is being offered, I have started to think about myself. This is an offense. So while bhoga is being offered to Krishna, when we offer bhoga to Krishna, if we start thinking about eating ourselves, it is actually an offense. Therefore, in Jagannath Puri, when the pandas, the people who carry the bhoga, prasad to Jagannath, they cover their nose also, so that even the smell should not come. So Madhavendra Puri felt very bad that this bhoga is not even offered to Krishna, and I'm already thinking about that kheer. He just left the temple and went. He didn't tell anyone that he wanted the kheer. He didn't tell anyone. He just left and went. And outside in a village, in the marketplace in the village, he was sitting and chanting Hare Krishna. So the pujari, afternoon time, generally afternoon time this kheer is offered. After the kheer, bhoga is offered, after Aarti, you put the Lord to sleep for some time. So the pujari shut the door, put the Lord to sleep. And Madhavendra Puri is gone. He didn't tell anyone also, I want kheer. He didn't tell anything. He just left and went. So Gopinath, he came in the dream of the pujari and told the pujari, get up. I have kept one pot of kheer for Madhavendra Puri. Go and give it to him. So the pujari is in shock. Krishna is coming in his dream and telling him so many things. So in this pastime now, there are too many things that are happening in a dream. So pujari gets up, he takes a bath, he goes into the temple, Garbhagriha, and he actually sees behind Gopinath, behind the dress of Gopinath, one pot of kheer was there. So the pujari is in so much wonder. He goes out to the marketplace. He doesn't know who is Madhavendra Puri because there is no picture of Madhavendra Puri. So he's shouting out in the marketplace, who is Madhavendra Puri? You're so fortunate. Krishna Gopinath has told kheer for you. So from that day, the name of this deity becomes Kheer Chor Gopinath. Okay? So Prabhupada explains in the purports, the name thief, I mean, just imagine, if your name is like this, अगर कोई आपका नाम ऐसा introduce करेगा, चोर जो भी है, how do you feel? You feel very insulting. But Krishna is very happy like this. Krishna is eternally there called Kheer Chor Gopinath. So Krishna is very happy that this is my name. I am ready to do even robbery for my devotee. So whatever Krishna does, he does for his pure devotees. So Madhavendra Puri is such a great personality. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is telling the story. Such a great personality that Krishna personally stole kheer for him. So this pujari is shouting out in the marketplace, who is Madhavendra Puri? Please come and eat this kheer. So Madhavendra Puri very humbly takes that kheer and he eats it. So this is another point. We were discussing the story of Gopala Bhatta Goswami, the pastime of Prahlad Maharaj, the desire of a pure devotee, Krishna definitely fulfills. Pure devotee wanted kheer. Krishna said, no problem, I'll arrange for you. Krishna personally sent kheer to Madhavendra Puri, didn't even ask. Krishna personally sent kheer to Madhavendra Puri. The kheer reached him exactly. Madhavendra Puri has, his heart was filled with so much love for Krishna. That my dear Krishna, just because of my desire, what not he is doing. So Madhavendra Puri eats that whole kheer and he breaks that pot, small pot, he breaks that pot, and every day you would eat one piece of that pot. Because Krishna has actually eaten the kheer from this pot. So Madhavendra Puri, this was that love that he had for even the prasad of Krishna. So Madhavendra Puri was thinking, if I stay in Ramona a little more, people will come and start to worship me. So Madhavendra Puri was so humble, without telling anyone, he left and went. Why? Because he was thinking, people will glorify me. So this is a great devotee. Why is Mahaprabhu glorifying Madhavendra Puri so much? Because these are the qualities that a devotee should have, a Vaishnava should have. See, if we were in the position of Madhavendra Puri, what we would do? Probably we will settle in Ramuna only. है कि नहीं? अभी इतना फेमस बन गया है तो सब लोग आके कुछ ना कुछ देंगे, काम करने की भी जरूरत नहीं है, अच्छा से चलेगा जिंदगी. But Madhavendra Puri didn't want that. So Madhavendra Puri, even though Krishna personally stole kheer for him, he is still very, very humble. For in our life, even though Krishna doesn't do any pastime for us, still we are so proud. We feel that I am a special devotee, I am this, I am that. Madhavendra Puri is very, very humble. So this humility is something that is so important that Vaishnavas have to cultivate. So Madhavendra Puri just left that place and went. He didn't tell anyone where he is going also. He just walked away. He reached Jagannath Puri. By the time he reached Jagannath Puri, the news had spread there also. That Madhavendra Puri is such a great soul. Gopinath has stolen kheer for Madhavendra Puri. So Madhavendra Puri was running away from fame, but fame reached him. So Prabhupada explains in that purport, this is the difference. When you are looking for fame, name and fame, you will never get it. When you are running away from name and fame, Krishna will give you name and fame. Okay? Duryodhan wanted to be the king. Krishna removed the kingdom from him. Yudhishthir didn't want to be the king. Krishna made Yudhishthir the king. You're getting the point? So when you don't want something, when you want only Krishna, when you don't want the things of this world, Krishna will give it to you. So the glory, the fame of Madhavendra Puri reaches there also. People started to glorify him, worship him. Madhavendra Puri wanted to run away from there also. He wanted to run away from Jagannath Puri also. But Gopalji had given him an order, get Chandan. So Madhavendra Puri stayed there, and because already people were worshipping him, respecting him, Madhavendra Puri told him, please, I have only one request, please arrange Chandan for me. So all the officials, all the main government people there in Jagannath Puri, they arranged big quantity of Chandan, wood, log of Chandan, and they arranged Karpur, and they arranged 2-3 people to help Madhavendra Puri carry this Chandan. So Madhavendra Puri carried this Chandan. So again we are seeing this point. Krishna told Madhavendra Puri, get Chandan. Now to buy Chandan is very costly. Even to buy one small original Chandan, even a small log of wood is very costly. Now to offer so much Chandan to Krishna, you need a lot of Chandan. Madhavendra Puri didn't have any money. But Krishna arranged this whole thing. Just see this. Because he carried out the orders of Krishna, Krishna told him get Chandan, Madhavendra Puri just left. And because he left, Krishna's arrangement, he reached Ramuna. When he reached Ramuna, he became famous, Krishna's arrangement. And that fame helped him to get Chandan very easily. Without paying anything, he got Chandan. He got people also to carry Chandan. So this is how Krishna does miracles in our life, provided we are ready to follow the instructions that Krishna and our gurus or superiors give us. So Madhavendra Puri carried all this Chandan with these people and he's going back. Now he's going back to Vrindavan. On the way back to Vrindavan, again he stops in Ramuna. Because Ramuna Gopinath comes on the way. Again stops in Ramuna. So when he's waiting in Ramuna, Gopalji comes third time in his dream. What was the first dream that he had? Gopalji, what did he tell him? मैं जाड़ियों में हूँ, मुझे निकालो. है कि नहीं? That he carried out that order. है कि नहीं? He fulfilled that order of Krishna. And now he got a second dream. What was there in the second dream? Chandan. Go and get Chandan. That he did that. Now he's got the Chandan. When he comes to Ramuna, Gopinath, he gets a third dream. And the third dream, Gopalji again comes in the dream and tells him, now don't bring Chandan to Vrindavan. Because Gopinath and Gopal, both of us are same. You apply the Chandan to Gopinath, I will also become cool. Gopalji is telling him, you don't have to go all the way. Krishna, I am already here in the form of Gopinath, apply Chandan here. Why does Krishna come in the dream? Because the Lord didn't want Madhavendra Puri to undergo more trouble. Because in those days, getting into all these places, there were a lot of Muslims and a lot of difficulties carrying Chandan. So Krishna didn't want Madhavendra Puri to get into too much trouble. So Krishna just wanted to show all of us through Madhavendra Puri that a sincere devotee doesn't think about his trouble. He thinks only about serving Krishna. Just to offer Chandan to Krishna, Madhavendra Puri is walking, just imagine. Will any of us do this? Just to offer Chandan to Krishna, Madhavendra Puri is walking from Govardhan to Puri, from Puri to Govardhan. He is not even thinking about his food, clothing, stay, nothing. Only thinking about Krishna. So this is called bhakti. This is called bhakti when you're not thinking about your personal convenience, you're thinking about Krishna's comfort and convenience. In this world, we are always thinking about ourselves, my comfort, my convenience. Every time it's about me. But as we progress in spiritual life, we should be thinking more and more about Krishna. So Mahaprabhu and Madhavendra Puri, following the orders of Krishna, he offers that entire Chandan to Gopinath. He stays many months there and offers Chandan to Gopinath. So the point is, when we receive an order of Guru or Acharyas or superiors or Krishna, when we carry out that order, another order comes. Because Madhavendra Puri carried out that first order well, second order came. When he carried out the second order well, the third order came. So if you want Krishna's reciprocation again and again, what comes you do properly, you will get more. So we say, when you do nice service, what is the benefit of, or what is the result of nice service? You will get more service. If you do that service nicely, you will get more service. Hota na? In your profession, in professions happen na? You are doing well, you will get promotion, you will get a better job, you will get more opportunities. Similarly, like that. When we serve Krishna more nicely, Krishna will give us more and more opportunities to serve. And when we serve Krishna more and more, we will actually be very, very happy. So Chaitanya Charitamrita, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in conclusion of the story of Madhavendra Puri, he tells one verse. He says this verse that love, intense love, pragad premera yehi lakshan, nija sukha vignadira na kare vichar. So Mahaprabhu says, anyone who has intense love for Krishna. So what is the test that you really love Krishna intensely? The test is, you will not think about your suffering, you will not think about your unhappiness. You will only think about Krishna's happiness. So Madhavendra Puri, he suffered so much, literally in one sense, to walk so much, to carry that Chandan. Many days he would go without food. In one sense, it's a big inconvenience, big type of suffering. But Madhavendra Puri never felt unhappy. He was most happy because he was engaged in the service of Krishna. So through all these pastimes, we saw the pastime of Gopal Bhatta Goswami, we saw the pastime of Madhavendra Puri. Through all these pastimes, we are learning this very important lesson that the opportunity to practice bhakti, to do seva to Krishna is a very rare opportunity, right? If you do it nicely, if you do it in a very happy mood, in a very grateful mood, Krishna will give us more. But if you are not ready to take these opportunities well, then we are only the most unfortunate people. So on today's day, actually we can sincerely pray to Gopal Bhatta Goswami, Gautam Buddha, Madhavendra Puri, that we can develop these qualities of becoming a little serious in spiritual life, sincere in our service, have more faith in Krishna, think more and more about Krishna's convenience. Today is also, I think it's late, but in 5 minutes I'll tell you. Today is also one of our Acharya, Srinivas Acharya, his appearance day. So I told you the story of Gopal Bhatta Goswami, who got this deity of Radha Raman. So Srinivas Acharya is the disciple of Gopal Bhatta Goswami. 5 minutes, I'll just tell you his story, a very important lesson again. All this connects back to that same message of being sincere, having a very strong desire to serve Krishna. So Srinivas, he was born in a village in Bengal. Now also that place is there called Jajigram. So his father, his name was Chaitanya Das, a very great devotee of the Lord. So when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was taking sannyas at the age of 24, the father of Srinivas Acharya was present there, Chaitanya Das. He actually saw the sannyas ceremony. And he was so much in emotion seeing that whole sannyas ceremony. He was continuously chanting Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. So therefore he got the name Chaitanya Das. So one day Chaitanya Das, when Mahaprabhu comes to Jagannath Puri, Chaitanya Das and his wife, they come to Jagannath Puri and tell Mahaprabhu, we have a desire to have a son, have a child. So Mahaprabhu tells him, you have my full blessings, please go and have a child. My great devotee will be born through you. So by the blessings of Mahaprabhu, Srinivas Acharya was born through them for Chaitanya Das. So Srinivas Acharya, because his father was a great devotee of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, right from childhood, Srinivas Acharya was hearing about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu continuously. So Srinivas had only one desire, I want to see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in my life. So when he became a young boy, he left his village Jajigram and he comes to Jagannath Puri because Mahaprabhu was in Jagannath Puri. By the time he reaches Jagannath Puri and he's about to meet Mahaprabhu, he comes to know that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastime just got over. Mahaprabhu ka leela samapt ho gaya, Mahaprabhu chale gaye Bhagavad Dham. So Srinivas Acharya is feeling so bad that my only desire in life was to see Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Mahaprabhu is gone. So he started to cry and he was feeling, let me just give up my body. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes in his dream. We are discussing a lot of pastimes connected to dreams. So Mahaprabhu comes in his dream and tells him, don't worry, I am not there now, but my great devotee, associate, Gadadhar Pandit, he is there in Jagannath Puri. Go and learn Bhagavatam from Gadadhar Pandit. So Srinivas Acharya goes to Gadadhar Pandit and he's learning Bhagavatam from Gadadhar Pandit. So Gadadhar Pandit, he was feeling so much separation from Mahaprabhu. As he's teaching Bhagavatam, he's crying so much, all the ink, it got completely, spread. All the ink, all the words, nothing could be seen. Because in those days, books, it was all written by hand, that leaf, palm leaf. So none of the words were visible. So Gadadhar Pandit tells Srinivas, I want to teach you Bhagavatam, but I don't have another copy. These words have gone. Please bring a copy of Bhagavatam. In those days, Bhagavatam, if you have to get another copy, you have to write another copy. So Srinivas Acharya, he goes back from Jagannath Puri to Bengal, Jajigram Shrikand, and with Narahari Sarkar, he makes another copy of Bhagavatam. Takes a long time. By the time he comes to Jagannath Puri, he gets the news that Gadadhar Pandit has left the world. So Srinivas Acharya is feeling, my God, Mahaprabhu left, Gadadhar Pandit left. I am so unfortunate. So he was thinking, let me just die. Mahaprabhu and Gadadhar Pandit come in his dream and tell him, don't worry, go to Vrindavan, meet Roop Sanatan and you learn Bhagavatam from them. So Srinivas Acharya goes to Vrindavan. By the time he reaches Vrindavan, Mathura, he comes to know that Roop Sanatan also have left the world and gone. So Srinivas Acharya is feeling so bad that, everyone is going, wherever I am reaching, they are all leaving the world and going. So he's feeling so much separation. Roop Sanatan come in his dream and tell him, don't worry. Jiva Goswami is there. You go and learn Bhagavatam from Jiva Goswami and you take Diksha from Gopal Bhatta Goswami. So Srinivas Acharya enters into Vrindavan. He meets Gopal Bhatta Goswami. And Gopal Bhatta Goswami takes Srinivas to Radha Raman. He engages in the service of Radha Raman. Gopal Bhatta Goswami gives Diksha to Srinivas Acharya. And Srinivas Acharya learns all the scriptures from Jiva Goswami. And then he carries on. Jiva Goswami tells him, go and preach in Bengal and all these areas. And then Srinivas Acharya continues. So again, the point that, if you have a sincere desire to serve Krishna, in some way or the other arranges things in our life. We will see a lot of adventures and miracles in our life. So we can pray to all these great acharyas that, we can develop some of these qualities in our life. So because this was a very important day, we thought we will speak on these pastimes. It's important that you'll understand the life of Acharyas, you'll understand these qualities also. And next week we will continue our 11th chapter of Gita. Hare Krishna. Anyone has any questions, any comments regarding today's session? आप लोगों को अच्छा लगा, समझ में आया? Anyone has any questions, any comments? दांत दांत दिखते हैं, यस, वो कृष्ण के दांत है. या Radha Raman deity, you can see small teeth. You can see small teeth. Yeah, Krishna's teeth. Yeah. Okay. So thank you all very much. Hare Krishna. I hope all of you all are regularly chanting Hare Krishna. Please do it. That's the most important lifeline. Lifeline होगा ना? Lifeline समझते हैं? So chanting Hare Krishna is the most important lifeline. So should we chant one mala together? 1, 2 rounds we can do together. Hare Krishna.